Hey guys, welcome back to Rocket Gyan, my fellow space tubers. Hopefully, I am audible, and today we are here to witness another launch. A sec. Yep, good. So, yes, today we are here to witness another launch, and this time it is Soyuz launching to ISS. This is a pretty unique mission by itself because there are certain key points which you need to know about this mission, and we'll obviously discuss about those things, so no need to worry about those things. Okay, why is it not working? So here we are. Here you can see the live views of the rocket, and we are t minus 48 minutes from the launch. Everything is looking good right now, and you can see, as they call it, the Christmas tree in Russia. Soyuz is known as those that. So right now we can we'll see if we can get the live views of the cosmonauts inside the rocket, but this is what it is. Yes, Soyuz is launching. Amidst all this, Soyuz is launching a crew to ISS, and interestingly, there is no, I repeat, no international astronaut flying with the Soyuz mission. So let's just have a look at the Soyuz rocket itself, what it is and what it is all about, and then we'll discuss about the mission. So here you can see this is the Soyuz rocket launching today. I love the design of the Soyuz rocket personally, because the aesthetics as well as the aerodynamics of this rocket is incredible. When you have this structure, like a uniform structure going in all direction, and that to a thick bottom, if you have that, then you are good for with the aerodynamics, and here the Soyuz excels in that. So if we can just have a look at it, so here you can see we have 4 boosters, a core stage, a second stage, and then here it is missing, but here we have the Soyuz spacecraft. And this fairing itself has this grid fins which is used in case a escape scenario happens, and it has the shroud motors also, and this is the abort tower. We'll talk about the Soyuz spacecraft also. We don't don't you worry about that. And here you can see this is the side boosters. So if I can, yeah, this is the side boosters, and the side boosters runs on RD107A engine, and these are the 4 RD107A engines. It produces 840 kilonewtons of thrust. Okay, just a second. Yeah, 840 kilonewtons of thrust, all of them, and they have a ISP of around 263 seconds. You can see there are some small engines also with these 4 engines. They are basically for nozzle, I would say, but they are basically, here you can see those are the vernier engines, and those vernier engines are used for the flight control. So those are responsible for steering the rocket, and same is the case with the center core stage. The center core stage has a different engine though, RD108A, and yes, it also has those vernier engines for the same reason. This runs on RP1 and locks as its fuel, and it's a very reliable rocket which is flying today, flying for almost so many years now. And the third stage runs on RD110 engine. It also runs on RP1 and locks, and produces 298 kilonewtons of thrust. This is all about it, and it can carry about 6.8 tons to low Earth orbit. This is the carrying capacity of rocket. So I hope you get a sense of what this rocket is all about, and yes, every part of this rocket runs on RP1 and locks. Instead, accept this abort motor as well as the shroud motor. Englishman. Okay. I hope I am clear with that. And today I want good morning, fly in the bug. Welcome to the stream. Hi Yehuda, welcome to this pack of mayonnaise. Okay, welcome to the stream. And John Keynes, how are you? Okay, so let's have a look at the Soyuz spacecraft now. So this is how the Soyuz spacecraft looks like up close. So here you can see it has like, you know, 3 modules in it. This is the orbital module, this is the descent module, and this is the this is the service module. So the orbital module, service module, is basically where all the propulsion system and life support system is there. And then we have a descent module. As the name suggests, it is the only module which comes home after you know, they re-enter the atmosphere. And this is the orbital module, in which if they you know, this is where the all the electronics and all the cargo, or so you can say, is housed. And yeah, this is how the structure looks like. Now if I move on to the next one, yes, so if I have to precise in what it is all about, here you can see the specification. It can carry 3 astronauts. Habitable volume is around 10 meter cube, and this is of no use for you, so don't worry about that. And the engine propellant here, it uses N2O4 and UDMH. So this is hypergolic fuels, which is what makes sense also in space when you want to fire like a couple of you need to have a restartable engine, as well as you need to fire after a very long time. So yes, the N2O4 UDMH works great in that case. Here you can see this is the orbital module. Here the transfer hatch is there, the docking antenna, the storage is there, docking light. Basically this is the module which docks with the station. Then this is the descent module, where the astronauts actually, these is where the seats are. So astronauts reside in this whenever they travel in the Soyuz spacecraft. And then obviously the solar panels and service module. Moving on, so we have this is how the interior looks like. Yes, the interior is a bit clicky and has a lot of buttons, but yes, and does not have a you can say much volume to begin with. So yes, that is how it is. So let's talk about the crew now. So this crew, before talking of the crew, let me just tell you, yes, this is the flight wherein all the crew members are Russian, and this will be the first flight to International Space Station which will have all the crew members from Roscosmos. Yes, we did have the flights from Russia, where the Russian space you know, the film crew launched, but this is the first flight where all the people are from Roscosmos. And this is, if you are thinking yet like you know, this is what has happened because of all the tensions going on right now, but that is not the case. This has been in the making since October 2021. So this was pre-decided that this mission won't be having any international astronaut. Actually there was a, you know, can say a contract was supposed to sign for a crew swap between crew 4 and MS-21, but later it was shifted to, this crew swap was shifted to MS-22 and crew 4 mission. So that is yet to be seen, you know, those crew swap, if it happens or not now, because it is very difficult to imagine that. But right now, yeah, this mission is just coincidental that all of the astronauts are Russians or are from the Roscosmos. So let's have a look at them. So first of all is the, here you can see, the first of all is the commander Oleg Artemyev, if I pronounced him all right. He's sitting in the center. He's the commander of this mission, and he has a number of achievements. He first flew to space in 2014 as expedition 39 mission to ISS, and this will be his third journey to the space. Then we have the flight engineer 1, him, Denis Matveev. He is this will be the this will be the MS-21 will be the first journey to space for him, so he will be very excited. Now the next person is the flight engineer too, Sergey Korsakov. He is this is he his flight is also the first one this time, so he will also be very excited to fly to space. But okay, so this is all about the crew. By glance it here, so if you can properly, yes, so this is the mission summary. Around spacecraft mass 7.5152 kilogram, it will be launching from Moscow. We know the launch date and time. The docking will happen like you can see here, just 3 hours from the launch time. This is the fast docking which they do in for Soyuz, and the flight duration is 195 days, which is little over 6 months. And the docking, they will be docking to Prichil module of the ISS, and the landing date is scheduled for 29th of September. We have discussed about them, and then yeah, obviously there is a backup crew also. So yes, this is all about, I guess, all I had for you. Now let's punch count now. Hey, we can see those thing going away, basically those stands going away, which means it is getting ready for the launch. Everything is looking all right for this one. Thank you so much, Line the Bug. Although it's not great, I'm still improving, but I try to be what should I say, I try to speak in a way which is more explainable. Sometimes I do not use much of vocabulary, so that people who are not native English speakers can also understand. I just use very simple words in English, so yeah, sometimes becomes difficult. But right now you can see things are looking great. We can see that opening, like let me see if we have a live stream from NASA. Do you want a commentary live stream, a NASA live stream, or mine commentary? Because there are 2 options now. If we have that, yep, we can open it and see. A second.
He will have spent a grand total of 355 days in space. Launch escape system is armed. The launch escape system is armed.
We can see the people still here. The pad. Just a second. Just give me a bit. So we are T-minus 35 minutes from the launch. Everything is looking good, and we are just waiting in for any updates if we get, but things are looking great. Still there are people near the pad. That is very common in Russia with the Soyuz vehicles. When the vehicle is being being filled up with the propellant.
Minus 30. Readiness is declared. Copy. 30 minutes remaining to launch.
So guys, let me just tell you one thing. If you are just joining in, and you might be having a question also, like why am I streaming this? Let me just clear that once and for all, that as I always say, people working in the Russian Roscosmos, basically, I'm not talking about Rogozin, people working in Roscosmos are very passionate about space, and when you ask them, they are just focused in engineering and basically research aspect of rockets and space. And when you ask people at NASA and Roscosmos whether the things have changed, they say nothing has changed, everything is performing, operating very smoothly. The only thing which is happening is from the Roscosmos chief. All the mischief is happening from him. So everything, everyone else is doing their own job and doing their own work. And yes, and today science is, we don't have information of what science is being launched, but obviously people are launching today, so let's just enjoy that. And obviously they have this no thing for they play the music when they fly to the space station. So that's what you are hearing also, but I can't play it loud here. It's not allowed. I'll get copyright strikes also, so yeah. Let me just correct my timer here. Just bear with me. Okay. Okay. Still waiting in. All actually what happens, this has changed a bit, because I was hoping that NASA won't be streaming this launch this time, because nobody from international country is being launched in this Soyuz rocket, and no American is being launched. So I thought they won't be streaming this, but kudos to them that they are streaming it. But I would like to say that they are not commenting a lot, right? So you need to rely on my commentary today, which I'll be doing, so don't worry about that, right? So this has changed, and you can even see the people out there. T minus 31 minutes 40 seconds remaining. Okay, I messed up the second. I need
Everything's still proceeding as planned today ahead of the launch of 3 Russian cosmonauts to the International Space Station. Launch is scheduled for 10:55 and 18 seconds Central Time, which is 8:55 and 18 seconds PM in Baikonur.
There you go.
Approaching the 30-minute mark to today's launch, this view of the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolev on the outskirts of Moscow, as the teams there continue to monitor and track towards launch just about 30 minutes from now.
Go ahead. Is selected on info control panel 1, and KSP command field right is selected on info.
Yes, John of all trades, that's what I do on this channel, and I strongly believe this thing that space is one sector. I always say this message: space is one sector where humanity unites. Humanity is seen as a species and not a person from one country or so. Space is one thing sector. That's why there was so much cooperation also going in the space. One is obviously the cost factor. You can't do much single-handedly, but the other is that there is only one Mother Earth, right? And there are no boundaries when you see from space. There are no countries in international boundaries also. Everyone is just a person from one Earth. So we need to understand that. We need to understand the big picture. Right now we are not traveling much, so we don't space traveling much, basically traveling to space much, so we don't know this thing, this effect which every astronaut also have, the overview effect as they call it. When see Earth from the space, some can say some emotions just develop. So those things are needed, and you will see that happening very soon when the space travel will become a bit common in next 20 to 30 years. I am hoping for that. That would be a great day, I must say that. So right now things are looking good. We're still waiting in for any confirmation regarding is there any hold or something like that, but right now things are looking good. And yes, this is an instantaneous launch window. Let me just confirm it once, if they have like a 5-minute window, or is it instant? Yeah, it's an instantaneous launch window. When they go to ISS, this rocket mostly has this instantaneous launch window, and now you can actually see the people leaving the pad. This is the final inspection going on, and then they will leave the pad for the rocket to lift off.
We can see the flight engineers and the Soyuz commander on the SI descent module camera view.
And there we have the views inside the rocket. People can see you can see the cosmonauts, yay, he's enjoying his music. And the person, I don't know the name. I can actually see his, yes, so he's a commander. He's sitting in the middle here. And then we have a flight engineer or flight specialist. This is a thing which I always mess up. Yeah, it's a flight engineer. I don't exactly know who he is, so I might not be able to tell. But yeah, right now they are enjoying their music, and we are waiting for the launch to happen. As you can see, if you are seeing this launch for the first time, the Soyuz is very, very compact.
So pressure is 20.2 copy, 20.0 correction, 20.0, and the red LED is on. Copy.
Okay. So yeah, I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, the Soyuz is very compact. There is
you can select any displays on the info panel. Copy. You give a go to select for displays on the info panel.
Continuing to move closer to launch today, scheduled at 10:55 and 18 seconds Central Time, 8:55 and 18 seconds p.m. in Baikonur. No issues have been tracked throughout the day, and the rocket is fully fueled and ready for launch.
Which is great, right? The rocket is fully fueled and ready to launch. The escape system has also been armed, and we are just waiting in for the countdown timer to turn 0 and this rocket to lift off. So yeah, as I was saying, the Soyuz spacecraft itself is very compact. There's hardly any space for 3 people, and yes, the carrying capacity is 3 people, and it is so compact that you need to have a very fast route to International Space Station.
The trio of cosmonauts will complete a 2-orbit flight to the International Space Station, with docking scheduled a little more than 3 hours after launch at 2:05 p.m. Central Time. The Soyuz MS-21 will be docking with the Prishal docking port on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the space station.
So yes, as I was saying, so this is a very compact spacecraft, and okay.
Join the 7 current station residents on board. At this hour, the crew aboard the International Space Station is awake and completing tasks for their day, including exercising and preparing for an upcoming spacewalk. On Wednesday, March 23rd, 2 astronauts will step out the space station hatch for a spacewalk to replace a radiator beam valve module hose and complete other upgrades to the space station.
Things are looking good, and let's see if I can complete my sentence now. So as I was saying, the Soyuz is a very compact spacecraft. There is hardly any space for like 3 people, and gas carrying capacity of the Soyuz is maximum 3. This is literally the maximum quantity which the Soyuz spacecraft can carry, and this is the reason why they have a very fast route to International Space Station. It takes only like 3 hours or so to dock with the International Space Station, and literally the International Space Station has to adjust its orbit in order to collect this Soyuz spacecraft. So things are done like this so that cooperated with the International Space Station. It is lowered. I don't exactly know whether it is lowered or the altitude is raised. But yes, there is some adjustment made in the International Space Station's orbit so that this spacecraft can dock with the station in just 3 hours. That is in contrast to the Crew Dragon, which takes around 18 hours or so. So it's very, very fast delivery to space station, I must say that. And the reason is the compact space. Literally, seriously, this is the compact space is the reason for it, because you can't expect the astronauts to be seated in that position for a very, very long time. Imagine you being seated in that compact space for like literally 3 hours or so. This is the fastest they are going, but previously what they used to do, I remember it was not 3 hours, it was like 6 hours or so, and their astronauts didn't like it at all. So yeah. So Coffee asked, Coffee, I pronounced your name all right. So it's a third person in the different part of the rocket. It looks like there are only 2 players. So the thing is, the third person is not in the different part of the rocket or the spacecraft. He is sitting right beside the commander, but he's not in the camera view. That's the simple answer to your question. But yes, you might be confused because the Soyuz spacecraft has like 3 modules in it. The descent module, the orbital module, and the service module. So the descent module is where the astronauts are right now, and yes, they are ascending to the International Space Station but are sitting in the descent module. The reason is because the seats are there on the descent module only. Descent module is the only module which comes back to the Earth, and the orbital module has all the electronics, the cameras, the storage, and everything is there in the orbital module. So yeah, that is the case. And if you might be wondering, like, why do they even have this type of spacecraft where there are like three components, right? The orbital, the descent, as well as the service module. Well, that's a topic of discussion, and it will take some time to discuss that. It's a very, very, you can say, a particular reason for that, why they have gone with this thing. And if you follow the Chinese space flight also, there's the Shenzhou spacecraft also has this thing, the orbital, the descent, as well as the service module. And if anybody of you knows in the chat, they can write in the chat. That would be great.
Cosmonauts to the International Space Station. Launch is scheduled for 10:55 and 18 seconds a.m. Central Time this morning.
Don't launch late. It's 16 minutes until launch. Copy. Launch late. Don't go ahead. The camera that is installed on the panel stopped blinking.
Okay, so there is some.
So the other camera is operational, but the one that is on the panel stopped blinking. Copy.
That is not what you expect. Whoa, okay. Something has happened right now, so they are not putting a hold at the countdown. They might have like very little time to resolve that. I don't know whether that camera issue is like particular to this mission. I don't know yet that thing. That is a thing to see and for me to learn whether that camera issue is like critical to the mission.
Launch lead done. Go ahead. I tried to activate the camera and it, came alive.
Came alive. Okay.
Copy. Maybe some issue with the battery. You don't have to do anything with it. Done. Copy.
Okay, so that is a bit unique. Say that. So I doubt a camera is going to affect the mission. I don't. Yes. Now it is working also. They the good old method of just shutting it down and restart it again. It worked. It actually works for a lot of systems. Seriously, because what happens when you restart a thing is everything in that electronic. Or you can say device, I should say device, has to reset from state 0, and anything that any exception or any bug that was occurring during the execution of the program can be resolved by reverting back to stage 0 where the program has to start. So that's why when this is the best method to just restart any device which is like not working properly.
Another message regarding water. 1982, 19.9. Come again. Again, water signal. 19.9. Copy done.
Hey Jason, welcome to the stream, and I told someone about your live broadcast of Chinese and Indian launches, and they will probably be at one. Whoa, that is so cool if you did, and let's see what happens now. Thank you so much for that. Okay, hi Russell, how are you? So people are joining in. We are T-minus 15 minutes.
Soyuz on the launch pad in Baikonur. Everything still continuing to move along as planned as launches targeting 10:55 and 18 seconds a.m. Central Time, 8:55 and 18 seconds p.m. in Baikonur.
Done. Launch lead 10 minutes until launch. Copy.
At this time, the vehicle is fully fueled and ready for launch, and no issues have been tracked throughout the day.
Readiness on the Kasus display number 18. Copy.
Three Russian cosmonauts, Oleg Artemyev, Denis Matveev, and Sergey Korsakov, are about to begin their journey to the International Space Station less than 15 minutes from now. They will complete a planned 2-orbit flight to the International Space Station with docking scheduled a little more than 3 hours after launch at 2:05 p.m. Central Time. The Soyuz MS-21 spacecraft will be docking with the Prishal docking port on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the space station.
Hey Derek, welcome to the stream. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. You did. And right now, guys, we are T-minus 14 minutes from the launch. Things are looking good, although there was a camera glitch which happened, but you know, good old method to you know, correct every electronic device is just restarted, and they restarted it, and it is now working fine. So we are waiting for this beauty. Soyuz is literally a beauty when it lifts off, and Roscosmos guys do a very good job in tracking the you know, Soyuz and those engine plumes and the engine bay camera. It's like very, very, very cool to see. The best of all, I must say that you will see once you will you know, you see this liftoff happening. So yeah, so things right now you must be hearing some music also coming in, although I can't you know, play it a little louder because of copyright issues, but that music is what is being played inside the rocket for the cosmonauts. So all the cosmonauts are hearing this music, and they actually select their playlist before going into the rocket, and that playlist is then played for them. So yeah, that is what is happening right now, and this is the same thing which happens in the Crew Dragon missions also, so you just never know.
Now under 12 minutes until today's launch of the Soyuz MS-21.
So 12 minutes remaining, guys. Things are looking good. Okay, so guys, if you are you know, if you can type in English, that would be great, because I can't read Russian right now. And so if you are just joining in, we are seeing the live views of the Soyuz rocket. This rocket is going to the International Space Station, carrying 3 cosmonauts from the Roscosmos, and this is the first time that a Soyuz is carrying all Roscosmos crew. There is no single you know, person from the international country. And if you are thinking that this is because of all the things going on in Russia and Ukraine right now, but that is not the case. In October 2021, NASA and you know, the Crew 4 and the MS-21 mission, the crew swap was going to happen, in which one cosmonaut was going in from Crew 4, and one person in Crew 4 was going to travel in Soyuz. But that thing was postponed to MS-22, that crew swap thing. So this thing was scheduled to fly like this from October 2021. So this thing is purely coincidental that all the crew members are Russian right now. So yes, that is what is happening. T-minus 10 minutes, guys. Hey Johnny, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate your support, man. Welcome to the Scientist Tire, and you would enjoy the member benefits. Thank you so much, really appreciate it, man. It really helps my channel, and I just don't know what to say. Thank you so much for that.
Commander and flight engineer.
Really helps me. And if you want to support me, guys, you can do that by becoming a member or a Patreon. Link is down in the description, and super chats are always enabled for one-time funding. I really work hard to bring all the launches for you, and in the meantime you will also be getting some videos, also working on some, so do look out for them. And here the person who was asking whether there's a 0G indicator also, that lion kind of a thing, kind of stuffed toy, right? Oh, Baby Yoda. You see Baby Yoda? No, there are like 3 0G indicator. I don't know what that is. Is that a Russian reference of some sort? I don't know. Yeah, if our Russian brothers and sisters can tell us. Yes, imagine being crammed up like this for 6 hours. Earlier it was for 6 hours, and now they are doing it for 3 hours. They will be crammed up like this for 3 hours, and I can't even imagine, like, those it was MS-18, or I don't remember exactly, but there was one mission in which the escape abort tower basically had to fire because there was some issue with the booster separation of the Soyuz rocket. Although the crew was safe, but the G forces which they experienced in this cramped place, I just can't imagine. When the SRB of the abort motor, to be precise, the shroud motor fired. So yeah, that is the thing. Are you going to film the Axiom 1 launch mission? Yes, I will, and you need not to worry about anything about that mission too. So just come in and hop in my channel, and you would get everything that you need to know about that mission. So T-7 minutes remaining. Everything is looking good. We have the 3 cosmonauts going to space right now, sitting in the Soyuz launch vehicle, and yes, Russia is launching the vehicle. This is one of them, and it is going to an international space station. Okay, and yes, guys, if you know this thing, you must I must say this thing, that the war or whatever is happening is unrelated with this science mission. Science is totally different, right? And the people working at Roscosmos are totally different. They are just focused in making something, engineering and research and all those things, right? And yes, we are ready for the launch. Okay, and yes, and I remember previously one time the NASA spokesperson said that everything is running very smoothly in Roscosmos and NASA since those the invasion or whatever you want to call that happened. So that is, signifies that engineers and scientists are not into this. I can't say anything about the Rogozin though, but engineer scientists, nope, they are just focused on the science.
Will be flying over northern Uzbekistan, and about 30 seconds after launch, the International Space Station will fly directly over the Baikonur Cosmodrome. This will allow the International Space Station to leapfrog ahead of the Soyuz during the booster's climb to orbit.
And this is, I don't know whether this happens with other missions also for the Soyuz.
Spacecraft 2, no response required. We're about 5 minutes out from the Soyuz launch. We are uplinking NASA TV if you want to follow.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying that I don't remember exactly if Soyuz actually fly with 3 0G indicators, because we can see 3 0G indicators today in this mission.
Earlier, the crew members closed their helmets, and which put them on suit oxygen. Still tracking no issues ahead of today's launch.
What we want to hear. So guys, T-4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Still tracking no issues, as she said, which means the vehicle health is good. The weather is holding and the range is green. Soyuz RD-108A engines and 107A engines are waiting for the ignition, and those engines does not have a gimbal capability. There are certain small vernier engines with them. Those are responsible for all the roll, pitch and yaw control. And you will you just
Less than
always
4 minutes until launch today, the fuel lines and other elements of the rocket engines are being purged with nitrogen to fireproof them by removing vapors of fuel and oxidizer.
Yes, that happens. So what was I saying? We forgot. Very well. Okay, 3 minutes remaining. Yeah, I was saying that the Soyuz launch always see a Soyuz launch, because Soyuz launch is one where you will see beautiful imagery of it being launched. The Russian, the Roscosmos camera crew do a very great job in tracking those engine plumes. So enjoy the liftoff, man.
Shortly, the booster's fuel tanks will be pressurized for flight.
Yes, now the vehicle is being pressurized, which means soon it will be secured for the liquid oxygen top off. T-minus 22 minutes 40 seconds remaining.
Pressurization initiated. Copy. We can see commander and flight engineer on our screen.
And the booster fuel tanks are now being pressurized for flight.
Which means they are getting I won't be streaming the docking, Yehuda. That is actually very time consuming as well as kind of boring. So what I will do is I'll try to make short video for you all. So we are T-minus 1 minute 40 seconds remaining, guys, and you are about to see 3 astronauts or cosmonauts going to International Space Station from a Soyuz launch vehicle launching from Baikonur, Russia. We are good, everything is looking great, vehicle is in good health, range is green, and the weather is holding up.
And the ground propellant feed has now been terminated. Soyuz now on internal power.
Soyuz is in internal power, and T-minus 60 seconds, guys. This is happening. I repeat, there is the instantaneous launch window, so if anything goes wrong, we are cancelling today.
Vehicle to internal power. Copy.
First umbilical tower has separated from the booster, and we have auto sequence start.
And you will see the ignition happening at T-minus 16 seconds, but it takes like 16 seconds for the engines to come to full thrust. So the liftoff will happen at T0. So we are T-minus 20,
Ignition.
19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12,
Engine triggered from the flight speed.
8,
Engines at maximum thrust
7,
and liftoff.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff! Dude!
All parameters So the launch vehicles are nominal. Copy. Everything is well on board, and the crew
30
is
seconds
ready.
into flight, everything going as planned. At this second, the International Space
30
Station is
seconds,
flying
all the
directly over
parameters
the
of the
Baikonur
launch vehicle
Cosmodrome.
are nominal.
And yes, that engine tracking camera. Although it was not so good, but yeah, you know. Crew are off to space, guys. 3 astronauts will join the 7 crew members in
1 minute into
ISS.
today's flight, continuing to hear good calls.
60 seconds into the
Velocity
flight,
is over 1,100 miles per hour.
Nominal. Copy. Everything is good on board. The crew is feeling well.
Crew is doing well.
The thrusters of the first and second stage are firing nominally. Everything is stable. Copy.
T plus 1 minute. Things are looking good. And next event. Oh, and we have the booster separation, guys.
Continuing to hear good calls.
There
Everything
you
proceeding
go.
normally.
Copy. First stage separation.
Dude.
And the 4
130
strap-on
seconds
boosters
into
have
the
been
flight.
jettisoned.
All the KGO parameters are nominal. The pressure is 811. All parameters are nominal.
All parameters are nominal. Right now, the crew is there. You go. The fairing has been jettisoned. The escape tower has been jettisoned. So the crew is on their own right now.
The launch shroud. Yeah, we have the flag of
This view from the
control
Soyuz
descent,
MS-21 as
the
it
flight. Copy.
continues its climb uphill, everything proceeding as planned.
Yeah, that was a very bad echo. I fixed that now.
150 seconds into the flight, the vehicle is stable. Copy. Everything is good on board. All the parameters are nominal.
It is.
Copy.
I think it's still firing the first stage right
The
now.
Soyuz core stage is performing
Yeah.
as expected.
This is the onboard camera views. Although this is not what Russia has. Like Russia does a good onboard camera footage, but for some reason today that was not the case. Although I tried my best to give you 1080p coverage, as you know, right? The NASA does not have like 1080p, so I did some thing to combine 2 streams so that you can experience 1080p as well as the NASA's coverage.
So 140 seconds into the flight, second stage engines are operating nominally. Copy.
Second stage engine performing as expected.
Stage is working good right now. The core stage. Core stage is working good. Second stage, what they mean by second stage is the core stage. And now the next event coming up is the core stage engine
This view
cutoff
from
and the
upper
separation,
stage camera
which
of
you
the
will
Soyuz
see.
rocket,
And
everything continuing to proceed
you know,
as expected. Now
the
4
second,
minutes and 37
the upper
seconds
stage
into
of the
today's flight.
Soyuz does a very unique
Standing by for GK2
hot fire
second
start.
stage engine cut-off command.
And we have, I think, the cutoff.
Main engine cut-off command confirmed. A second stage separation confirmed.
There you go. And that was a hot fire and then
The core booster
ignition.
now separating.
So the upper stage has been separated successfully and is now thrusting to provide enough juice
310
to
seconds.
propel
Soyuz
the
now being
astronauts
propelled by
to
the single
space.
engine of the Soyuz third stage.
Copy. Everything is fine on board, and the crew is feeling great.
The crew is doing great. Everything is working nominally.
Onboard system parameters are nominal. Copy.
That's great to hear. Although we would love to have those, views of. These are the good views which you are getting. If you will switch over to the NASA coverage, then you won't see this thing at all.
Soyuz still performing as expected.
NASA, you will see this one.
360 seconds into the flight. Pitch, yaw, and roll parameters are nominal. Copy, and the crew is feeling excellent.
That is what we want to hear. Crew is feeling excellent and everything is working perfectly fine. Yes, 24/7 live. It really helps. It will really help
Soyuz
me
now
if you can
traveling
just
over
like the stream
11,000.
if you haven't already, guys. Would really mean a lot.
Is steady. Copy.
Plus 6 minutes. What is that spark? That spark is just nothing. That spark is nothing actually. That's nominal. Those are the things which are just being, what should I say? You can see those sparks because of the night as well as the camera glare.
Stage cutoff and separation slated to occur at the 8-minute 46-second mark into today's flight. We're now 7 minutes and 20 seconds into the launch of Soyuz MS-21, headed to the International Space Station with 3 Russian cosmonauts on board.
Report on the onboard system parameters. Water partial pressure is 20.2. Copy. 20.2.
Okay, Scott and everyone who has liked the
470
stream.
seconds into the flight. Third stage engines operating nominally. Copy. Launch lead. Everything is fine.
Soyuz continuing to perform as expected.
Copy.
We are at very close to the second engine cutoff. T plus 8 minutes 30 seconds for the second engine cutoff, and this engine runs on RP1 and locks as its fuel and has RD108 110 engine as its basically engine.
510 seconds into the flight.
Second engine cutoff coming very soon.
520 seconds into the flight.
I think that has happened. There you go, guys. The Soyuz has been separated.
Stage 3 separation is confirmed. And congratulations on the successful orbital insertion.
And we have confirmation of spacecraft separation.
Don, this is Moscow.
The Soyuz capsule and crew inside now are safely in orbit, and the spacecraft is automatically executing its pre-programmed commands to deploy the antennas and solar arrays.
This is MCC Moscow. Come in.
Whoa. Just a second.
Дон, это по Москве, как нас слышно?
Don, this is MCC Moscow. How do you read me?
And we do have confirmation of solar array and antenna deploy.
Moscow, this is Don. How do you read me? Loud and clear. How me? Hello, I have you loud and clear. We're feeling great. Main engine separation was completed on time. Copy. Copy. The dynamic operations are in progress. TV system is on.
Принято, выдали в КЛТВ.
Copy.
This is
You
the
send the
docking UI,
command
guys.
to activate the TV system, and we're standing by for the the air mode.
Sorry, not the docking, but the what I think that is what astronauts see on the Soyuz. I think that it is that only.
Yes, that's correct. And thermal control sensors are on.
Thank you so much for spreading love here, because we all are here to spread
Did you complete the test as
love
well?
and
Yes,
you know,
we
basically
did complete the
unite
test,
every
and we're
other
now
and
on page
country and not fight.
36.
Unite
Copy
as a
all, and we're
species. That
standing
is
by
very
for your
important.
measurement on page 35 at 19:04.
See, there is a thing called you know, you can accelerate your technical thing, and you can have a
And with
very good
Soyuz
rocket in
launching off
space,
from
but you
Site
also need to
31 at the
respect
launch pad
space,
in
right?
Baikonur at 10:55 a.m. and completing a nominal flight uphill, Soyuz is now safely in orbit, and that will wrap our launch coverage for today. Soyuz will complete 2 orbits around the Earth before docking to the International Space Station. We'll be live on air covering docking, and our docking coverage will begin at 1:15 p.m. Central Time, with the docking scheduled to occur around 2:05 p.m. Central Time. We hope you'll stick around and join us then. For now, this is Mission Control Houston.
This is the docking coverage, docking UI you can see in front of you. And yes, happy Holi, guys. Happy Holi to everyone here. Today, I was supposed to celebrate Holi, but you know, work called, and it was a very, very, I would, I don't want to say it, but you know, it was very difficult for me. I wasn't able to celebrate Holi. So, uh, whosoever did, congratulations to them, because you'd never know when these things come along and you are unable to celebrate. So happy Holi to everyone. And we on the occasion of Holi, we got to see a beautiful launch of the Soyuz rocket. How cool was that, right? The real Holi is tomorrow. Well, the real Holi is today. I mean, if you are talking about Choti Holi and Badi Holi, because today actually it is on both the days. The only thing is that you know, it depends on you when you wanna celebrate. MS-21 separation from the upper stage, you can see here. Yes, NASA TV is just as business as usual. I tried my best to get you a good coverage, and you had that. So yes, now we can discuss about the things which are happening. So let me just that wait. So that members only can some advantage here right now. Okay. So guys, here we are. Yesterday we saw the rollout of the SLS. How cool was that? The rollout of the SLS. And yes, then versus now is in front of you. Then the Saturn V was rolled out, and now the SLS, literally the moon rocket, which will send humans back to the moon, has been rolled out. And I'm waiting for that day when the SLS and the Starship um, are like in one frame, right? That would be great. And we had a beautiful liftoff. We'll talk about that. And this is what is happening in Chinese space station. And if you don't know, yes, China has already launched its space station, its own space station, and you can see it is like very clean in comparison to International Space Station. You can see the crew members. I think something has happened. I mean, you know, yes, some demonstration of the crystallization phenomena of liquid. It means they did some science in there. And you can see in these images that it is a very clean space station and has very what should I say, too much room basically, right? For astronauts to work. or taikonauts as they say. And the reason why this is so clean in contrast to ISS is obviously it is modernized. ISS was made like 2 decades ago now, almost 2 decades ago. So the technologies has already evolved. So yes, clean things will happen. And some views of the rocket which you can see in front of you. Yes, this is the moon rocket which we all are talking about. This rolled out yesterday. I was supposed to stream this rollout, but you know, uh, Holi was today, and I was to celebrate that, and that's why I need to wake up early. But work called, and I need to be at work, and wasn't able to celebrate it. But the SLS has been rolled out, and now it will be tested for the wet dress rehearsal. And finally, we are expecting the Artemis 1 mission to happen in June. This is a big thing, guys. We are finally getting back to the moon. Artemis 1 mission is going to happen in June, and in Artemis 1 mission, they won't be landing it. There won't be any humans on board. They'll just, you know, basically do a flyby of the moon and then come back to the earth to test everything is working fine. And yes, this thing in front of you cost $4 billion per launch. Dude, that is very costly, but it is necessary right now. I always say when this SLS versus Starship debate comes on, that SLS is the need of the hour, Starship is needed for continuity. That's it. So yep, you can see those things. I am just looking for the launch footage. We can get any. Yes. Minus 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah. I'm again, guys, as you can see, this is a very good day for the science basically, and the Russian Roscosmos scientists and engineers that amidst all the things which are going on there, they were able to launch a rocket, that too with the humans on board, very successfully. This is a big thing which they did. It was not a normal day for normal thing to launch amidst all this. So yes, they did it successfully. Kudos to them. And this is the Liftoff. I don't think so I have anything else here, so I think we can close it. But yes, I would want to add some, because there are quite a lot of what should I say, launches coming up. Or am I wrong? I think I am wrong, but there are not much launches left for Feb. There were March. There were supposed to be many launches, but everything has been postponed. Although there is a Starlink launch coming up in just 11 hours from now, but I don't stream Starlink launches. And there is one progress, basically another Soyuz launch coming up on 22nd of March, sending a communication satellite to space, which will be used for both military and civilian use. No surprises. And then the NS-20. Yes, one more thing which I want to share is this thing. NS-20 was supposed to launch on 26th, I guess, and it has been postponed. Blue Origin's 20th flight of New Shepard has shifted to March 29, as Pete Davidson is no longer able to join the NS-20 crew on this mission. We'll announce the 6th crew member in the coming days. So it is very, I don't know how they'll be able to train a person so quickly, because now they have shifted the launch date to 20th of March. So I don't know whether this has happened because the person backed out, or this shift was supposed to happen, and then after seeing that this shift has happened, the person has backed out. I don't know what was the sequence of events, but yes, Blue Origin has delayed its flight. You can see that. We're still waiting for the new Glenn to come lift off and the launch in its all glory, right? Okay. I guess that is for today. Still open for that. Have any you can ask. Okay guys, I hope you liked my stream today. I did my best to bring you this live coverage, and now the chat is open to all, so if you want to say anything you can say it, and I'll be joining back again hopefully with the Electron launch. I suppose I am hoping that it will happen. Otherwise, on 31st March, Electron launch is supposed to happen, and then Transporter 4 mission, which will be very interesting because those rideshare missions are very interesting to see. I don't know whether this time the SpaceX will defeat that most number of satellites in one launch record. We'll have to wait and see. And then the most awaited, the Axiom space mission, is coming up, or commercial crew to ISS on 3rd of April. So we are waiting for that. And if you have missed some updates from ISRO, I must say that ISRO has successfully tested the SSLV stage, like static stage. The first stage they had done a static fire on the first stage, and which means now they are moving in for SSLV D1 flight in May, I suppose. Yes. And in next month in April you will see a PSLV launching, PSLV C53 launching in April, and then in May you will see SSLV launch, and there are quite a few launches left. And one Ariane 5 launch is also supposed to happen, because why I know this, because ISRO has booked one Ariane 5 to launch GSAT 24, I guess. I don't know the number, but one GSAT satellite to space from Ariane 5 rocket. And yes, ISRO can launch that satellite with its own rocket, but they are launching it with Ariane Space. They have done this in the past also. The reason is simply, the availability of the rocket. The satellite weight is very huge, so very large basically, so they need a GSLV Mark III to launch that, and GSLV Mark III is not ready yet. I mean, will not be ready yet, will not be ready to launch the GSAT satellite, and that's why they booked Ariane 5. Sometimes it's the cost also. So yes. Okay, so guys, I think that is what we had. Thank you so much, Ezekiel Overstreet. I hope I pronounced your name all right. Thank you so much for your love and support. I really appreciate it. And yes, you will get awesome live commentary in every launch, so do come in and join me for that. And I think that is it, and we can close it. So until then, this is Priyanshu Rohila. You just saw Rocket Gyan. Stay safe, stay healthy, and